Hey, everybody, welcome to More Than Meets These Guys, ordinarily a podcast covering the original Transformers animated series from three different perspectives: the lifelong fan, the lapsed but returning fan, and the clueless outsider. But currently, we're turning the tables and doing a side journey into Robotech. We're covering the series episode by episode, and also digging into production and cultural impact of the show. My name is Ed, lifelong fan, and I'm joined here, as usual, with the other two members of Demolition, Axe and Crush, Evan and Jehu. What's happening,
What's
y'all?
up?
How's it going?
See, a little curve with Demolition. You forgot there were three
Yeah.
Demolitions for a little while, didn't you?
Actually, you know what? It got me thinking about was one of those No Mercy mod games.
Hmm?
It's like a classic WWF game. I can't think of what it's called at the moment, but I was watching a video on it today and I was like, I've got to play that. And when you said that about Crush and Axe, I was like, man, I really got to figure out how to play that because I'm clueless on video game emulators and stuff like that.
Mm.
I'm basically somebody's grandma on that.
See, every now and then I'll go through this. I'll go into this whole deal where I'm like, man, I'm gonna play a bunch of retro games, and so usually what that involves me doing is there's a group of guys out there that take Tecmo Bowl, like the original Tecmo Bowl. They take the
Right.
ROM, they hack the ROM, and they update the rosters every year. So you can
Oh
play,
wow.
yeah, you can play the original like '89 or whatever like version of Tecmo Bowl, but with like 2025 rosters, and they do this every year.
Right.
It is free, and that's awesome.
That's
And
fantastic. So you're not just Bo Jackson every time. Okay.
yeah, he's not even in the game. You can't. Yeah, he's not an active member of the NFL, so you can't cheese Bo Jackson like you could back in the day.
Right.
But every now and like for a while I had like a 3DS and I modded that and I had like a little thing where I could play that. And so I played through the whole season and then I did that I did that a few times and then I got a PSP and I modded it and I forgot, like, I still have that modded PSP. I don't remember how to load those emulators
Right.
up anymore. And like
Right.
I
Mm.
don't, like, I feel like I'd have to kind of go back to the start of and redo the whole thing from the beginning. And I don't know that I want to put that kind of brain power into it. I have
Right.
Hmm.
too
Like
many
I,
other things going on.
yeah, like
So
I've got a Raspberry Pi and I haven't pulled the thing out of a box in probably a year.
I have one in my desk drawer right here, and I don't know what to do. Somebody gave it to me to fix, and I don't know what I don't feel like messing with it, to be honest. And I'm not friends with that guy anymore anyway because
It's yours
uh
now.
yeah, that man likes Sieg Heil, and I'm not about that.
Um, the name of the game I was talking about was WWF Legends Challenge 64.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. No Mercy is the greatest wrestling game of all time.
Right. Right.
Which there's also in my desk drawer here. There's also an actual cartridge copy of that because
Oh,
I own it in 64 and it's hooked up. And the only game I own for it is WWF No Mercy.
I'm gonna make a divisive statement here.
Oh
I
no.
like WrestleMania 2000 better.
Oh no, I'll agree with that. Technically, if you want to get really into the weeds on this, I
actually.
actually like uh Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 more than I like.
I am this is Jack's complete lack of surprise. Uh,
Okay.
but
Uh,
I think what I like about 2000 is I just played it more. It was the first one with the creator wrestler, and I
Mhm.
loved that stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
same.
and I really like the creator wrestler on that because, you know, if your in-game Stone Cold Steve Austin doesn't really look like Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Mhm.
then the Scott Hall that you make not looking like Scott Hall is fine.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know?
I'm gonna go back a little further. My favorite wrestling game was on the original Nintendo. It was just called Pro Wrestling.
yeah. With the
Oh
Amazon and the
my
Starman.
God, that was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
It was one of the only like those Nintendo early titles that I could just play over and over and
Right.
over again. It
Mhm.
looked like luchadors and the WWF had a big mosh pit in there in the ring.
Right.
That was a good one. And there was a year or two ago there's an indie wrestler named Joey Janela who's a real funny dude that he wrestled a match, like a Halloween match, as the Starman. and his opponent wrestled as the Amazon,
Oh,
the
that's
guy.
awesome.
Yeah, they did all the spots and everything. They did like the drop kick and
Yes.
the bite and all that.
Oh man, all
Pretty
four
funny.
pixels. That's nice.
Um, oh yeah, yeah. So, but it's been a couple of weeks since we've gotten to record.
Yeah.
As I've been a very busy man. Y'all have probably been very busy men as well. So, what's been going on with you guys?
I was saying to Evan that it's been so long. I thought this was real phonies.
Oh
Oh.
wow. No. Y'all haven't recorded in a while either. So
We have not recorded in a while. I don't even really know what's going on with us. We talk about recording, and then when it comes time to scheduling, it just never happens.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I always luckily I know Boo doesn't have a lot going on, so I'm like, man, Ed can't do this week, and he's like, you want to record something? Oh yeah, man, let's do it. So I enjoy it, I think, so much,
Right.
and it's just like to me, it's always about just hanging out with dudes and talking,
Right.
nerding about that stuff. That's all it always is to me.
Look, I know that this guy hasn't aged great. I think we mistook him being good for just liking someone paying attention to what we do. But I saw some Kevin Smith thing recently where he talked about the early days of podcasting and how he'd been podcasting since 2007. And he was like, it was like, really, I just see it as like ham radio enthusiasts
Mm.
just getting out there and saying to someone, hey, is there anybody out there?
That's not far off the mark, honestly. I
Yeah.
mean, if you're lucky enough, you get some listen. I mean, we've got I think for what we do, I think we have a good listener base. So
Oh yeah, totally.
it's cool. It's cool. I appreciate. I mean, people all over the world.
Exactly, and dude, I can tell you that we have us people on every single continent except for Antarctica. So yeah, every continent people. We got people in New Zealand, Japan, Europe. We got Africa. We've got
Mhm.
people everywhere listening, which is really cool. Some people in the Philippines, South America, all over North America, obviously.
We've
So
we've we've got to get a Frozen fan.
we got to find some. No, there's no penguins down there. Is there any? Oh, we got to find a interstellar like monster that feeds on scientists
Like an elder
and
god
helicopter
in the
pilots.
Iceman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. We'll find some elder guy living down there. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, it's cool, and I enjoy the interaction. Honestly, like I put out some things like asking like, where are you from? Like let me know where you're from. And some guy said in your attic. I'm like, that makes sense. Help me get the Christmas decorations down.
Mhm.
But I like that sort of reaching out to people and like um just getting the I don't know. It's not even about like monetizing things because that's probably not ever going to be a thing. It's all about really like just reaching out like in the void and finding out
Right,
there's other people out there too.
right.
Well, I really hate this like modern trend of everyone just wanting to monetize every
Right.
hobby people have.
Yeah.
Every time my exterminator comes over to the house to spray my house, he's like, "Man, your model, your Warhammer figure's looking really good, man. When are you gonna start selling that, making some money?" And I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want that to. I did commission painting for a while, and it became like a hassle. It became a job,
Mhm.
and I was like, well, I don't enjoy this anymore. So I don't want to. I don't want to do this. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've played in Rock Band since I've been 14 years old,
Hmm.
and I've never made any money on it really.
Mhm.
You're more likely to go in the hole. And it's because most of the parts that you have to do to make money, the smoozing, the traveling, the loss of dignity is the parts I don't like. So
Right.
I'm fine. I'd rather just get in a room and play with my friends and occasionally go out and play a show.
You too
Much
can
more
be
fun
Avril
than
Lavigne if you give up your dignity. Okay, gotcha.
I think you're probably, I mean, as also a dude that has been playing music on and off for a long time, I know that you're way in the hole because I know all the gear you have, and I know I know what it costs. I know the real.
right.
I know not the cost you tell your lady friend. I know the real cost of that gear.
I've 100% had to text Zach and it's like, hey, don't tell Sarah how much this guitar cost.
Oh yeah. Oh
I told her $600.
sure.
Right.
I traded for it.
Right.
I know that's I got it in a trade. I know that's pro move. That's a pro husband move.
Right.
Yep.
So,
Yep. I don't know, man. Like we had a plumber over today to fix our shower in the hallway, and I closed the door to the offices right in the hallway, and I don't want him going like, "Whoa, man, this is worth a lot." Like I don't even want to have the conversation.
when you can
Right.
start
It's not
selling them
about that to me.
Transformers to make some money,
Yeah,
Evan.
yeah. Like
I had a guy installing my cable a couple weeks ago, and he had to get in the house and look around, so he saw some of the stuff. And like I never want to hear. I was like, "Oh, how old is your son?" Oh no, that's not what's going on here. But
Yeah,
this guy
yeah.
was like, "Hey man, I saw your Optimus Prime," and then he pulled out his phone and showed me some like $300 Goku
Oh,
statue he had, and I was like,
that's
"Oh, all
awesome.
right, let's.
That's yeah,
I'm
that's
actually
super
going to
cool.
enjoy this."
That's super cool. I had a similar thing with somebody came over for something and like saw like some like my drum set or something, and he was like, so he goes on and on about how much he loved Acid Bath and how he was friends with Acid Bath.
Right.
But you can say though this is before the reunion, but I will say that like if you see a dude that looks anywhere close to me, which is to say a dude with like a big beard and long hair and a bunch of tattoos in the South, 90% of them are going to say that they're really good friends with Acid Bath to the point where like those dudes must have a bazillion best friends because
Right.
everybody I know is oh dude, I hung out with Sammy Duet all the time back then. I don't think you did. I don't think you did. 'Cause-
God.
They're the Scott Alvarez's of bands. He's like my best friend. I've never been able to figure out with Scott whether he he just thinks everyone is like his best friend or if his best friend is really versatile so he can compare everyone to him.
he's like my best friend. He's
Yeah.
similar to
That's kind of endearing though.
yeah.
Right.
I can't even hate on that. That's kind of nice. I man, there is so much to be said for like people who like drop names like that. Like I used to, the periphery friend knew this other guy who played in a band with him. He would go, man, I met Smurf and Typo Negative, man. This is the best man. They're such cool guys.
Right.
Okay, he would always say that. It was like he was, come on, he's to ask me, please let me bring it up. And it's cool, man. Whatever. I've talked to some cool people too, and then whatever. That's your
Right.
thing. Yeah, Smurfing typo negative for all you people who know.
Right.
But really, it was just like the guitar player like was running the merch booth. He said hello
Right.
It's like,
when he
yeah,
bought like a button or a koozie or something because he didn't have enough money
exactly.
for the
It's like,
t-shirt.
here, have a pick.
So, but
Yeah.
yeah, speaking of my ex friends that went over to the Sieg Heil side, we're covering an episode called Blitzkrieg this week, which is that's a Nazi word. We don't normally talk about we don't normally say
Right.
Nazi words on this show in any good context. So,
But I want to feel like that this is a word that was reclaimed by the Ramones.
Oh yeah.
I always think of Ramones when I hear Blitzkrieg before I think of Nazis.
Now, if this were called Crystal Knight, that'd be one thing.
Right.
This is Blitzkrieg though.
Right.
yeah, I
So,
mean,
Lightning War.
Lightning War. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I just kind of felt like tying that into.
Oh, totally. No, I get great. Yeah.
Good segue.
The segue. Okay,
That's the word I was looking for.
So yeah,
I love this. For
This
Macross.
episode actually in the Japanese version in Macross, this actually isn't called Blitzkrieg though. It's actually called Daedalus Attack. Is the
That's where I got that from.
yeah
I called for some reason I called it the Daedalus maneuver, but it makes sense too.
Daedalus Maneuver is what it's called. That's what it was called in the novels and the books.
Okay, the tactic.
But we're gonna get to what the Daedalus Maneuver is,
Which is
in a
cool.
It's cool. It's spoiler.
But no one knows what that means, man. Come on, they're gonna find out when we talk about it.
I talk about it because I know that y'all out there in podcast land aren't watching the show. You're not doing your homework out there. But we get a 2 month jump forward, which is
Time jump. That was nice.
yeah, that was cool because there was things here that I probably didn't. I mean, I probably didn't want to see the day to day of what was going on because it would have been a lot of Minmay whining and Rick just like doing push-ups for
Yeah.
6 episodes.
Instead, we get a training montage with Rick and his Dagobah fatigues.
Like
So,
Dagobah fatigues on, and you know what? Part of the basic training in Robotech is to jump off of a 3-story tower and do a flip.
That's exactly it. He did a Dagobah training. He did flips in the air off of this cliff thing and
Right.
landed with no broken bones. It's
Right.
obviously he's on Dagobah. He has the Force. But I also got to say real quick, I love this from Macross City. They always want to rebuild,
They
no matter
rebuilt
what
again.
happens.
In 2 months they rebuilt the whole city again after it got destroyed by the transformation in the last episode.
Yeah,
They're definitely an industrious and optimistic people.
They really
the
are,
Japanese.
because you're gonna have to transform again.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
it's gonna
We're
happen
not going to
again.
stay in this weird like chair mode he's in right now.
Does you know, it reminds me of the SDF1 in this mode. It looks, did you ever see the early attempts at a jetpack where like it was like these arm things you'd hold, and it looks like that.
Yeah.
It is completely that, or the arms are out here and he's going to fly out around and do this sort of thing. Yeah. Okay, for everyone who's on listening, watch the YouTube. You can kind of see what I'm doing. It looks stupid also in there.
It's pretty cool. So we cut to a scene of Rick and Minmay are walking down the street, and there's a big fat dude with a skull and crossbones like battle vest on. This dude's got on like a heavy metal vest with
that guy knows acid bath.
That dude does know acid bath. That dude is friends with Dax Riggs. That dude knows Sammy Pierre Duet. That dude knows. That dude's probably got a tattoo of a fleur de lis for the new metal scene on his
oh god,
on his chest, like in the middle of his chest. So, but I like this guy a lot. I feel like I'd probably be friends with this guy on some level, but I probably wouldn't want him coming over to my house. I'd see him at shows, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's
he's the guy
skull over there.
Yeah, he's the guy who looks really scary, but is the nicest guy you know. He'll do anything for you. He'll come over, help move your couch. But
I don't want him in my house. Is the thing. I don't want that.
That's the thing. You don't want him in your house, but he would do that for you.
And he probably would do that.
You don't want him in your house, not really because he's a bad dude, but because hygiene's not a top priority.
Right. And he probably smells like things that I don't want my children to smell. Rick has a grocery bag full of stuff, but apparently they were shopping at a store called NWA, and so we got the sludge metal master, and we've got the gangster rap.
As nasty as you want to be, guys.
Or the National Wrestling. Maybe he was buying a Terry Funk title belt or something like that. From,
right.
The National Wrestling Alliance store. He's bought a Harley Race action figure. I don't know.
Rick looks happy. He's having a great day.
He had the day off from having to do flips off of a tower. And
Minmay is so proud to walk with him in his uniform because she is she's a military chaser. She's like a military groupie.
She 100% is.
She's so happy he decided.
But with a complete lack of awareness of the consequences of that.
Oh yeah,
100%. Zero awareness.
We've been to Seville before, and like when the guys get out of their basic training, they come in there, and yeah, we've all been there at some point.
She 100% is one of those girls who dates military guys because they know they get guaranteed car loans.
Yeah, and they're driving with a 23% loan Dodge Charger with the cherry bomb on it and like extra spoiler and on Palafox. We know exactly what this guy is doing. That's
for non Northwest Florida people or people that never lived in a military town like we grew up in. We had a bar here that on certain nights would let 18-year-olds in, and
Squids and Kids.
They called it, and the club name was Squids and Kids because
I had not thought of Squids and Kids.
Kids, and you go there and there'd be like 500 dudes in white uniforms. I'm like, man, you ain't got a single ribbon on there, man. You haven't done anything. Like you graduate, you just not graduate. You don't even know where you're going. You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's Pavlovian to me. When I think of Seville, I think of Squids and Kids. It's Pavlovian, seriously, 100%.
Squids and Kids, man. So, but man, we get some real anime comedy of errors business here. We've got Rick. Rick and Minmay go into a clothes store, and Rick doesn't. Rick sees like a dress in the window, and he's like, "I can't go in there.
I can't go where women shop for clothing."
There's a woman like mannequin in the window. I can't go in there.
Right.
But little do we know that there's revealing garments in this place. We don't know this at the time.
As soon as you walk in the door, somebody just yells like lingerie. The door opens and somebody just goes, lingerie! Like, I want to make sure you know there are undergarments in this
There are
place.
undergarments in here.
You think Jehu? That's the title of the episode. Lingerie.
We're not showing butts in this episode, but we want you to know they exist.
They exist in here. Yeah, people are thinking of naughty things in this, but
Dude, and honestly, Rick has this whole like Abbott and Costello or Marx Brothers skit where he keeps dropping things out of the bag and he has to keep bending down to pick them up. It's like keep rolling oranges and all kinds
he's
of
dropping
stuff.
like ketchup and hairbrushes and like all like I don't know what he's dropped. I don't know what he bought at NWA that like what they sell.
Right.
Like they sell like I don't know everything.
Well, it's with attitude. That's all I know, man.
There was 3 hairbrushes in there.
The thing I was left from wondering from his NWA bag and the lingerie store was how is the economy working on the ship?
Man,
are they just exchanging the money they already had, or are they printing new money?
I thought of that, and it was one of those things that I was like, I don't have time to go into this.
Because also, you know, there's new recruits in the military. I'm sure some of those are patriotism, but other ones is because military is a career.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had to recruit new people in the thing. I mean, that just had to be a thing, and it was probably I would assume that like logically, I would assume that it was probably like a deferred thing. Like, hey, once there's an economy again,
right,
like then you'll be getting paid. In the meantime, you get to live in this apartment and we feed you. And
well. Yeah,
but they have to be some sort of pay, or otherwise, how would they get the Chinese food and lingerie?
I thought of the same thing with the Chinese food.
It's like a company town, though. Like you think like the old company towns, you like you.
Oh, you know what? You're probably right. They probably have company money.
Company script,
16 tons,
right?
and what do you get?
Right. But on the other hand, it's like eventually, I mean, depending on how long they're in space, which I think is like close to a year or something like that, 6 months. But I mean, some of those stores would just eventually just run out of stuff to sell.
Sorry, they have 3D printers.
You can't. There's not a supply line for lingerie in space. Like we don't have a truck coming from Indonesia that made more bras. Like, sorry, we just don't have anymore. Like now we sell something else. Now we sell the owner's stuff. It just turned into a comic book store.
Dude, the funniest part about this whole situation is like the bridge crew walk in looking for lingerie
with Lisa. With
Lisa.
Yeah, and we get our first in person with Rick and Lisa.
That's right.
This sort of turns into Chekhov's lingerie, you know, because there's payoff later.
Right.
Yes, so good. The old sourpuss.
Oh, sourpuss. Yeah, this was for and it was just one of those things where like Rick drops up, he's picking it up, and then like they're looking at like Sammy and Vanessa and Lisa are looking at like panties, I guess, and Rick and they're like offended that he's in there, and I'm like, I've been to like Victoria's Secret with my wife like dozens of times.
I mean, you know, we made fun of Rick for being kind of like weird about going in there, but he apparently was right, because these chicks were totally.
He's not allowed to be in there.
He's also like 18 years old. When we were 18, we were like, you know, we weren't going into Victoria's Secret with our girlfriends and stuff.
I was. But why would I not? Like, that's just throwing up signs that you're like, this is I'm gonna see these later on her.
Oh, I don't know. To me, it was like I'm unwrapping. I'm looking in the attic for my Christmas gifts early.
I can remember going into a Fredericks of Hollywood with a high school girlfriend.
Oh my God.
And she was you know, how do I put this on our PG Thought podcast? She was not necessarily loyal.
Oh no.
So I was like, am I getting this for me, or am I getting this for somebody else? It was it was a day of growing up for old Jehu.
It was for both of y'all. It was for everybody.
Yeah.
It was everybody. Exactly. It was everybody's lingerie.
Right. You know, again, as long as I get my appointment, I guess that's fine.
My wife years ago apparently worked in one of those gentlemen's clubs years ago, And she would say like, yeah, we go to Victoria's Secret was for like the nice places. Fredericks of Hollywood is for places I went to. I said I get that, and that
Oh,
I
Frederick of
appreciate that.
Hollywood was pure trash.
Oh
Oh yeah,
yeah, and I
no,
appreciate that.
100%, 100%.
Appreciate
It
that.
was, and this would have been, it was in Cordova Mall down at that time where it was
Yep.
right by, there was some like Earth store type thing
Oh
there that
yeah,
also had a Dalek
Earth
in it.
Wellness, something
Yep.
like that.
Yeah.
Yes,
I loved
that was
going
a
to look at
weird.
the Dalek. I didn't even really know much about Doctor Who at that time, but I loved seeing the Dalek.
I have a story about that. I have a story about that shop that I'll tell at maybe at the end of the episode.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember that store, and because Impulses was right next to that store too.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
that was the store that sold punk rock and heavy metal shirts, and it had the worst owner on the face of the earth.
Is that the same side that had Camelot music? Because I miss Camelot music so much.
Camelot was my
Across-
favorite of the
Yeah.
of the mall
yeah.
music store.
Okay, it was a crossway. I can picture them both. I can't picture them in the same like aisle of the mall. But I love Camelot music. I miss that so much. It was one of those places that was like iconic in my memory.
Of the cassettes I still have around, I imagine more of them have Camelot music guarantee stickers than
Oh God, yes.
Sound Shop's guaranteed stickers.
Sound shop.
We stuck them to the outside. You know, we stuck them to the outside of the
God.
black part of the tape. I had one on my Misfits Earth AD cassette for years.
That's where I got Sound Shop is where I got most of my Rush tapes.
Right.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh man. So everyone who doesn't understand it, we're just reminiscing about old Pensacola stuff that was cool
I
to us.
by the way, when we get around to doing the Transformers 86 movie soundtracked episode, I have some good stuff regarding that. So
Oh, good. Yeah, good. So we cut to Dr. Lang and Captain Global talking about the spot where the engine had disappeared, as the
Right,
souls
right.
has disappeared. But there's all this cool like this buzzing and like sparkles going on everywhere. So Dr. Lang in his baked brainness decides he wants to use this to build a little tiny force field system.
We
cool.
go directly from lingerie words to science words. There's just so
Sci-fi
many
words.
science words.
Pseudoscience.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's really the duality of Japan. Really is.
Yeah.
Is panties to science.
And Dr. Lang with his black eyes.
Mm.
And yeah, it was like weird. It's like someone like it's like a acid trip like remembrance because it's all sparkles and pops in the air, and you're seeing trails and stuff, and it's weird because it just happens. There's no explanation besides there's energy in the air, man. This is where the engines used to be.
And
That's
also
Dr.
in
Lang.
previous episodes, it seemed like his accent was just vaguely Eastern European, whereas in this episode, it was specifically "I'm doing Arnold."
I mean, I think it's one of those things that all of those accents end up that way. It's kind of like how anytime like you try to like do like a Eastern European accent now, it just turns into Borat.
Mhm.
Right, 100%.
Mhm.
Like at some point, you're just going to end up on instinct saying "my wife."
Right.
Yeah,
Nice.
well,
Yeah.
back years ago, it used to be cousin Balky. Now it is becoming
now,
Borat.
now
Yes.
it's yes.
Cousin.
Dude, so this next scene, I'm dying. I had to back it up like 10 times and watch this. It was so dumb and so funny that like I had I literally I was like I had to like log out of the phones at work for a minute and just watch this on repeat because I was dying laughing. So because we cut to the Zentradi ship, and what is it? Britai and Exodor standing
Right.
there. They're studying like a screen of the SDF-1 transforming or whatever. And Britai goes, and Exodor goes, like right after him. It was so funny. Like it was because he like Britai like did the old like hand on the chin like and right when he does this, Exodor kind of tilts his head. This was so good. Like I was crying laughing at this. It was literally like this was on par with the Transformers where the barbarian comes through riding the woolly mammoth and the subtitles were like Roomba or whatever.
Yeah.
This was so funny. This was like even if you don't watch this episode, just go to that part. I think it's like 4 minutes, something like that. Just watch. Hmm.
And I
Over and over
love
again.
well, I love so much of this because Britai looks really cool. He's a big blue alien dude with like a big thing over his eye, and Exodor looks like a potato with a Prince Valiant wig on, and it's the best thing ever.
Right. It 100% looks like a rug. It's
Yeah.
never
Oh,
centered
boy.
right. Uh, the I almost every time we encounter these guys, though, I'm very confused about exactly how much they know about the humans. Like how when they met them, they called them the Micronians, but then a couple episodes later, they were surprised they were small.
Yeah.
What did you
Yeah,
think the Micronians were going to be? But
micro. Yeah, exactly. But
in
it's
in
something.
this one, there's a part where they're talking about setting up their trap for them, and it's going to be as they say, shooting fish in a barrel, whatever that is.
Whatever that means. Like, well, you
What
used it correctly,
like he knew the term, but he didn't know what a fish or a barrel was.
but he used it. He knew what it meant, and he
Right,
used it correctly. It makes
right,
it made. I noted
Whatever
that
that
as well.
means.
It made no sense. But
yeah.
so we oh man, so we go to some more funny business. We go to some more anime comedy here with Roy and Rick walking around. There's like big stompy robots in the
Right.
background. It's like stomping around behind a fence. Why you got a fence in there? Why you
They
got a
3D
fence?
printed it, man.
Why?
Maybe they put some fences up to keep you away from the transforming lines when it happens next time.
That was smart.
They'll be smart. I doubt that's true, but I hope
Yeah.
that's what it is.
But who do they keep like? I don't know, man. Like it was weird. Like because there's like Veritech's like patrolling around. Like
Mhm.
for who? From who?
You don't know, man. Like some Zentradi could. Well, you'd see them. Never mind. They're the
I
size
mean,
of a building. So
they can isolate. They have this giant mile-long spaceship. They can just isolate that town, the town part. Like, sorry, man. Okay, look, security, man. Bam. Here's all these giant doors are gonna
Right.
close. You can't come into that. You can't come to the engine room. You can't come to the where we keep the Veritex. Why you got Veritex patrolling around? Who are they gonna shoot? Like people?
I don't know. Honestly, I kind of think when I saw that, I was kind of like guys who are on MP and military police duty in a secured town in the middle of like the United States somewhere where no one's going to sneak in there, but they have to do it. It's like this is their thing. They're going to be on 24-hour MP duty just to make them suffer because that's what the military does.
Yeah, I mean, and I get as a dude that's played a lot of Metal Gear, I totally get that, and I like that exists because that gives me a reason to play video games. Um, that's what I'm good at is killing MPs, but or putting them to sleep. But yeah, I mean but in those cases, it's like there was a town, and then like the United States went there and just plopped down, and they're and like okay, hey, we're gonna put a base here, and foreign invade all you foreigners that look different from us, you can't come in here. But this is a case where this is like a little parasite town that they rescued. These are refugees. Like you could just close it off. You can just close the town off. Like, just close, like look, here. We're gonna bring a little truck in. We're gonna give you some food, and we're gonna close the gate again. Can't come in here. You can't come in the engine. You can't come look at the protoculture. You can't look at the transforming things. You can't look at the giant robots. You gotta stay in here. You gotta stay. I don't know, man.
Well, it's like
But
like a dude I follow on TikTok is hilarious. He's like an ex-military guy. He's like
TikTok.
he's like I can't think of like it's mandatory fun day or whatever is what his thing goes by. He's like, so I'm gonna have bad knees and back, and I'm gonna have PTSD the rest of my life. But you need me to patrol this perimeter? Yes. Why? Because we want you to. I kind of feel like that's how these guys are.
That's probably accurate.
I mean, it also could be, we have space lingerie stores. We've seen we have
Oh
space
God.
Chinese restaurants. We have not seen if they have space entertainment yet. Maybe
Well,
they're doing it to entertain the rubes.
Yeah,
maybe
that's
so.
exactly what's going on here. The officers are bored. Like
Mm.
they can patrol there again. They haven't slept in 48 hours. Just do it, man. I want to watch it.
Man, so Rick and Roy run into into the bridge crew walking around and walking by this fence and man, oh, all these girls, oh well, if it isn't Mr. Lingerie.
Right.
Rick's new name, Mr.
And also,
Lingerie.
Roy just thinks it's scandalous that Rick has met a woman. He's immediately like, oh, you've seen
Rick.
this girl with your eyes before?
He's been hanging out with Minmay the whole time. Like Rick like yeah, like yes, Rick is aware of women, but yeah, he's just like, oh well, and then but then she figures out that he's the incompetent pilot from episode one that stole the
Old
Veritech there. She
sourpuss.
figures, yeah, she remembers the term "old sourpuss," and man,
She has like PTSD about it. She like
she's mad about that.
she has like a they're all gonna laugh at you, they're all gonna laugh at you thing about sourpuss.
I mean, if you one of you guys call me old sourpuss, I'd probably think about it for 45 seconds and then
Right.
and like
Yeah,
I guess we're gonna play Metal Gear. I don't know.
She's all like 25 years old. Of course, he's 18, so she's the old sourpuss.
Old sour man. That's you got to remember though. In Japanese years, that's a lot of
She's
Right.
she's a
a
spinster.
lot of years, man. You know, in Japan, in Japanese wrestling, back in the '80s, in Japanese women's wrestling, they made women retire at like 23.
Well,
Ooh.
also, man, when you're just a kid, 25 is old.
Old. That's forever. When I was 20, I was like 25. That's a million years away.
When I was like 18 and I met someone who was like 23 and they were still playing in bands, I was like, what are you doing, man? Get a career. You know?
Here you are.
Now I'm like 78 years old and I'm still playing.
And you're still playing in a band. And you're still playing in a band. So.
You're doing good for 78.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Play into other 50 something year old dudes.
Right, 100%.
Yeah. Yep.
We sit around and talk about their vinyl collection. Yep. Okay.
So
Everything
then
checks out.
we have a pep talk. We have the like guy telling the troops that they need to enjoy their last night before they go out. And what I really love is he says, like, if there's anyone you need to see, you need to do it tonight.
Yeah.
And I feel like he wanted to do quotation marks and a big wink and maybe a dirty hand gesture on do it tonight.
Like, hey, if you're hanging out with a girl from a Chinese restaurant, you need to go.
Right.
There's things you need to do before.
Have lunch chicken tonight.
And hopefully she's not a daffy broad who can't take any context clues.
or an old sourpuss. Like, don't be.
I think he would have better luck with the old sourpuss.
Oh yeah.
Well, spoiler. But see, here's
Daffy Broad is the best. I love that. Thank you.
In this speech, though, there's something that I want to touch on here because this is very relevant to the modern era here. So he's talking to these guys, and before he says that, he was going on to tomorrow. You'll get your assignments. We're gonna do the blitzkrieg. The good guys doing the blitzkrieg here. I'm like but that's beside the point. We've already the blitzkrieg. So, but he says, and I'm quote. This is word for word. During this attack, I want you to think of just one thing: Robotech. Robotech. Not getting back, not watching Robotech, which is literally the same thing as if like some dudes were gonna go invade Venezuela. Hypothetically, some Americans were gonna invade Venezuela, right? Hypothetically. And their CEO went, men, I want you to remember one thing: oil.
Or even more specifically, like Exxon.
Exxon. Right?
But the beauty of that is he actually talks about Robotech first before seeing he's like, hey, Robotech. Also, if there's anyone you want to see, do it tonight. Robotech's first. The people you want to see is an afterthought.
Yeah, Robotech's first. Yeah. There's one thing you think of, even if you forget to go see the one person that you should be going to see.
Remember Robotech, guys.
Robotech. Robotech.
But what? Of course, Rick. The one thing he does is he goes finds the girl at the Chinese food place.
He followed his orders. He followed the order. They told him to go do it,
and he looks so happy.
This chick needs meds so bad.
Oh,
her moods are all over the place, man. He just goes from the heights of happiness to the depths of despair with like almost no cue.
There's a really cool camera that flies around.
That thing's rad.
You get a coin and it takes a picture of you and hands you the picture, which is pretty cool. Which is I guess that runs on Robotech also. So make sure when you're out there fighting among the stars in a fighter, make sure you think of that thing. You're like,
Yeah, well,
what I'm
you
fighting
gotta
for is that automated soda machine.
And
you gotta spin your company script somehow.
I guess so. I guess so.
and man, when Rick's making his pitch in as PG a way as possible, there's some very on the point symbolism. The fountains in the back just turn on.
God,
And she's not picking up on any of it. And I tell you guys something else. We've been skipping some weeks, so if I've already made this point, I apologize. But even if I did, I think it's worth making again. That whoever the writers were in the Audis who were writing the movies that came up with the archetype of the, manic pixie dream girl, those guys watched some Robotech
oh
as
God,
kids.
yes.
Lin Min May is just waiting to make Rick listen to the Shins. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's just like a Smiths t-shirt away from being like Zooey Deschanel here.
Right. Whatever the 1980s version of the Shins is, whether it's the Smiths or
yeah,
OMD or whatever,
no, it's definitely
he's
Smiths.
waiting to put it in his ears.
God, I'm having a Garden State flashback.
Oh man. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. She's probably got a Honda Spree scooter somewhere stashed away in that Chinese restaurant, I'm sure.
Right.
Um,
But she's a mess, guys.
She is.
On the one hand, I'm like, what are you doing, Rick? But on the other hand, I'm like, oh man, I get it.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Right. It's like it's never not interesting with Min May.
There's this little exchange though, and he has like her take the picture. He has the robot take the picture. I'm like, oh, I'm not pretty enough for that. And she says, of course. He says, of course you are. And then she's like, okay, well, I gotta go. Good luck, and I'll talk to you when you get back. And he's like, I might not be back. And she's like, okay, bye.
Like, she was not getting the clues of that at all.
No.
She does not understand that there's something to this besides the uniform, that he may die.
But
even though she's been in a military battle.
She's watched the thing transform and almost die.
Well, she's seen the alien. She saw the dude get out of the battle pod.
Right.
And get killed and get shot in the back by Roy.
She has seen for whom the bell tolls. She's seen what war brings.
I love when cartoons like this, I say cartoons, but these are animated epics. That show you thank you. There you go. That show you,
it's not a comic book, Mom. It's a graphic novel.
Thank you. They show you the implications going to war, and I love the show. I talk about it a lot. Exo Squad had like one of the members like, I may not come back, but I'll think about the sunrise on Venus, and she's like sending a farewell like videogram to her family on Venus, and that's the coolest thing. Min May is like, okay, bye. That's her whole like. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go box up some to-go orders, I guess. I'll see you later and come back.
She's treating it like it's a shift at Wendy's.
Yeah. 100% that. So that's when Dr. Lang is like, I'm not even going to try that accent because it's a mess. It's about the way the barrier system.
Right.
And dude, I love
the pinpoint barrier system. Yeah.
Pinpoint barrier system. I love that they turned it Centipede into a pinpoint barrier system.
Dude, they even had the Centipede controller.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is super cool.
And they played like the asteroids music in the background.
They did.
Also, speaking of music, when they're doing their prep montage, that music in the background is 100% the intro to the Talking Heads burning down the house.
Oh, I'll have to listen to that again. Oh, that's fantastic.
So, we get an absolute banger of a scene here with all these Veritech pilots like getting ready and deploying, and they're launching all these fighters, and like every shot is framed like immaculately here. These guys like launching off these like decks with like Saturn in the background, and
so nice.
All this stuff. This is one of the most perfect scenes in just that scene is like I don't know. They knew the assignment. They nailed it. It was like Top Gun before Top Gun. It's so good. It's got this gravity.
Spoiler alert for the end. You don't even ask me. This one's getting a 5 just based on that scene.
Oh yeah, and I love the symbolism of the carrier they launched from. They launched from the Prometheus.
Yeah.
That's just to me as a literary nerd,
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Yeah,
The
it was
flight,
definitely cool.
dude, the flight across the rings. Oh,
Yeah.
so
it
good.
was super cool, and like
I,
because there's like the fighters are coming up like the elevators and the carriers and all this stuff, and you see all these guys pulling out visors, and it's like that's exactly what like we said like a few times where like, well, this episode like doesn't do a lot of Robotech stuff. This scene to me is just like
Mhm.
one of the most Robotech scenes
Mm.
of anything we've seen so far. Like
and
it's
then
just,
I'm just a sucker for the rings of Saturn. For whatever
Mhm.
reason, when I
Oh
was a
yeah.
kid, that's a thing that triggered imagination. These kids today with their Tide Pods and their My Chemical Romances, I don't even know if they care about the rings of Saturn. But
I mean, I did talk to a girl the other night that that had a tattoo of
Talk to a
Saturn.
girl.
She was 18, yeah.
All
So,
Oh
right.
wow.
yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Plays drums in my band, by the way. So
Oh okay. Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
But yeah. No.
The I man. So they're doing this really cool stuff. And they're doing evasive maneuvers in the rings and flipping. Rick does a loop to loop and
Oh,
gets called out
he
on it.
gets in trouble. Mom gets mad.
Calls him out immediately. Old sourpuss on the
Mad.
comms.
This is my thing. Up until this point, Lisa has been all business. She
Mhm.
puts the B in business.
Oh yeah.
And for some reason during this military activity, she just decides, "Hey, I'm going to not pay attention to anything else except roasting Rick."
Yeah, she
Oh.
does great too.
And I really wonder if like she was on like like the open channel, like talking to the whole squadron, or like the
Right.
like all of the attack group, like all of them, like,
Right,
just
right.
like, or if she just switched to like just the Rick channel,
Right.
because I would have loved to have heard like Roy like like Rick,
Roy's
Sourpuss
dying.
gotcha, that would have been great.
Right.
And dude, look, he's like, Rick's over there muttering with an open channel. How come I'm the one who's lucky enough to be raised by some dumb know-it-all in the nice, safe control room? And all the bridge crew's like, "Oh, Lisa, you gonna take that?" And she's like, "It's cool, it's cool."
Oh, man,
I mean, that part was like an "I think you should leave" skit or something.
Yeah,
It was like him muttering under his breath, "It's illegal for you to ask me that question." Like
oh man.
it's such toxic masculinity, like, but inward.
yeah. His inner voice is coming out.
Right.
We cut to this the interior of like this Atrati ship that's attacking here. This commander is an absolute unit. This dude's head is square, is like perfectly like a cube. This dude
Right.
is just like a massive like square man. And he's got a little helper that's smaller than him, kind of like Exodor, but like this dude's not as scrawny as Exodor. But this
Right.
dude, man, this is a Minnesota beef boy of his
Right.
Atrati here, man. This
He definitely has a Minnesota head.
dude,
He has a Minnesota amateur wrestler head.
This
Oh,
dude
God.
is like the Brock Lesnar of
Yeah. Or Brock
Lesnar.
Lesnar's daughter.
Brock is Brock Lesnar's daughter. This dude is he is an absolute monster. This is not the guy that you want to get out of the pod and fight you.
No.
Like not at all. Like because this dude, if it was this dude in episode like 2 or whatever, man, like he would have just like he would have no sold Roy's shots in the back,
Right.
like rip the Veritex apart, man. This dude's gonna suplex somebody to the core of the earth. Like this guy is great.
Right. This is that orc who pulls the sword through him.
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. This is Lurt. Yeah, this is absolutely Lurt's. So his cruiser. This is a really cool scene too that kind of goes along with the like the launching of the Veritex, where like his cruiser flies over the rings of Saturn, but it's like kicking up like the dust and the ice and all this stuff, and it looks really cool. It's a very well very well like like I don't know framed scene and very well drawn. It look you could I feel like you could almost take that concept and like just like have somebody like John Berkey or somebody like that like do like a 1970s sci-fi like book cover based on
Right.
Oh yeah,
on that frame. I think that'd be pretty cool.
dude, I would love this shot of them of the Vertex flying over the rings of Saturn on the Trapper Keeper cover. Personally, that'd be the best thing ever. You know those.
That was a very Trapper Keeper moment, by the way.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, 100%. That's a Trapper Keeper moment. I was gonna next, all these Andrade are launching a bazillion Macross missile swarms at the SDF-1, and I was gonna say in my notes, I said, "This is cool." The pinpoint barrier system comes out, and these girls are like, the girls are playing Centipede, but you already talked about Centipede, so
Bury
so
that
I,
leaf.
I'm gonna say they're playing Millipede.
Oh,
Oh,
the Timu of Centipede. Okay, that's cool.
I was trying to
sequel,
think what other games had that roller control. I can't think of any other that had it.
I can't think of
the
anything.
Arcade Missile Command had it.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Arcade
you're right.
Missile Command did. Yes.
Like it's just like a roller ball. It's like they had a Magic 8 Ball in the console. Roll it around. It was cool.
There's an arcade version of Simpsons Bowling that it's great, but there is there was a cabinet in the mall, and it's like I'm very bad at arcade games. Like I am just awful at arcade games. Like
Right.
there's home games I can get good at, but like in the arcade, I can't do anything. Even games I love, I'm just bad at in arcades.
I just wanted to go to the mall with a Filipino and watch them play.
Because they were always great.
They were always great. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know exactly who you're talking about too, because those dudes were like the champions of But I somehow I found the magic in Simpsons Bowling, and I could bowl a perfect game at Simpsons Bowling.
Oh, wow.
Going down to Orlando in the early Audies, me and a group of friends of the show actually used to go to MegaCon every year, and at the Busy Bee, halfway between Pensacola and Orlando, they had a Simpsons bowling cabinet, and so I was one time I was like, oh, well, Simpsons bowling, and I got the 300 on it, and then like the next year when we went back, I still had the high score.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So my high score stood at the Busy Bee for many
That's awesome.
So, yeah, that's the only good thing I've ever done in a video.
God, the Busy Bee.
That's what they'll remember you for. Put that on Ed's tombstone.
Yep. Bowled a perfect game, bowled back-to-back perfect games, kind of like the Richard Nixon thing. It'd be a picture of me like at a Simpsons cabinet.
Right.
So we get an awesome space battle. Like I don't like. This was cool. This was a very Robotech space battle. They said that 2 whole squadrons got destroyed here. It was blue rough. And orange, I think, squadrons got wiped out completely. Like that's like Veritech's lost. I mean, like
only the Skull Squadron was mostly intact. Which, by the way, I don't know if I'll ever not mark out when they say Skull Leader. That's just such a cool distinction to have.
It is. It absolutely is. But they also say that the Skull Squadron is their only hope. Until
the Skull Squadron, I wrote that down in my notes. But
they're our only hope, but they're not.
Skull Squadron is our last chance. Actually.
Our last chance, but they're not. Because Lisa has a plan and won't tell anybody the plan. She just tells people to do the things, which is
like you do in the military.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess so. She's not even in charge.
Nope.
Global just lets her do whatever she wants to do.
He knows he's smart enough to realize to get out of her way. But I gotta say, Claudia is clowning all over the barrier point system. She does not like it. She thinks it's going to work, and it is like swimmingly working.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was cool.
Those girls
were great. Those girls were running the trackball like crazy. This was awesome.
Oh, dude, they were fantastic. They had the top score on Centipede at the Busy Bee.
Oh, they did. Oh, they absolutely did. It's still there. It's still there. So this is where we get the Daedalus maneuver here. So they have they've attached the 2 aircraft carriers as like the arms of the SDF-1. So the Daedalus is the one that's like it looks like more like a space thing or a submarine or whatever. So they put all the pinpoints on the front of it, and they just punch through like the Zentradi ship, and they open this like loading dock up, and there's like 1 million like battloids in there. They open up missiles and particle cannons and all this stuff, and it rules, and they blow up the Zentradi ship. That unit of the Zentradi Lesnar gets killed. They shoot him directly, like they're looking at him. He's just looking down the barrel of all these giant robots, and he gets taken out.
That's what you get for having a Montana head.
That Montana. That beef boy gets man, yeah, he gets stir fried up. So they and this is cool because like I like when the Zentradi ships blow up because they bubble. It's like they
Oh
get like
yeah.
Yeah.
and they bubble up and then they explode.
Oh, dude, like but something happens though. Their Exodor's like, don't they realize we're holding back most of our forces? And it just like, oh, it deflates the audience. Like, oh, this is gonna be
Right.
bad.
You're like, oh,
Right.
this
You
is
And
think,
gonna get worse.
yeah, the SDF-1 crew's like, we did it.
right.
And Mr. Potato Head is like, yeah, okay, I guess we should do actually give more forces out there to attack him.
Well, that's the thing is that they can't like attack in like full force because they need battle cruiser intact.
Yeah,
That's the thing. They can't just, I mean they could just blow them up because they've got like 1,000 ships or whatever and
yep.
like but oh we should also say that at some point they tried to use the main gun again and it is broken.
Right.
Because the pinpoint barrier system's messing with the main cannon's
So,
energy or
yeah, so,
whatever.
yeah, right. So yeah, so the SCF-1 is just like a pile of trash. This thing is just nothing works. Nothing works on this ship. Like, this is
It's like the Battlestar Galactica.
it's like the Empire Strikes Back Millennium Falcon, where it's just breaking down.
100%.
They like, oh, we got to go land again. And go land in a giant monster and fix the
Yeah.
engine again.
I'm expecting to try to fire the main gun. He goes, yeah, 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 like the in Millennium Falcon.
Somebody's
They try
gonna
to use
like
hyperdrive.
need to bang on it. They need to
Yeah,
bang the bangs. Dr. Lang used to bang on that thing. But then we get like a we get a lot of story like wrapped up at the end like by uh you know one scene that we forgot that we kind of glossed over was like Rick's Veritech like crashes into this Zentradi scout ship before it gets blown or as it gets blown up, and he comes face to face with an unarmored Zentradi and he pulls his gun like he's gonna kill him,
yeah.
and but then he has like he stresses out and he can't do it. He gets the combat paralysis and he can't do it. And then
Again,
but it cuts right to the Daedalus like doing the smashing thing in or whatever, and
Right.
I was a little intrigued by that scene because it to me it looked like one of those things that it looked like a real abrupt cut. So I was wondering, I was like, man, this I wonder if in like the Japanese version that he stresses out, he sweats, and then he kills the
Right.
guy, and he's got and that's what I thought initially. So I actually found the SDF Macross episode and I watched it right after I watched this to see and compare, and the same thing happens in that one.
All right.
It's not a cut, so yeah, he does not want to kill a he doesn't want to kill a person. So
Right.
good on Rick, man. That's it's cool. Horror is cool.
I was looking at like still shots of the episode, and you see like the big beefy Montana blockhead Zentradi, who's commanding. You see him get killed. And there's like missiles and stuff coming through there, like while he's dying.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
great scene. There's like dancing in fire because there's explosions everywhere. Kind of look, and that's when the thing is. It was almost like the Zentradi ship has like a skeleton inside of it as it explodes. You see this like spine column of the ship. It's really
Mhm.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
big fan of that.
they're always really good about showing like the frame
Yeah,
like kind of
yeah,
coming out of the like the skin of the ships when they blow up like that. It was pretty cool,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah. So but the narrator just glosses over a ton of stuff like, up the Skull Squadron beat all these dudes and then they went home,
Mhm.
Right.
and it was
And and Rick has really thought about the horrors of war.
yeah, you really did just say that. But that wasn't the same thing in the Macross episode in the Japanese version. It was the same thing. So it was like well, I mean, you could have made an entire episode out of that.
Right.
Like that could have been an entire episode of this. So and that was it.
Skull Squadron is decorated for their bravery in battle because they're the
Right.
ones that made it back apparently.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, we're
So,
gonna keep you guys
I guess
around. You
being the
actually,
only guys that live will get you a medal.
yeah.
yeah. No.
And yeah, Rick's thinking about the Zentradi soldier he looked at and froze up against. There's all the other kind of stuff like what do you do? He's scared because he doesn't want to kill another thing, but obviously he gets over that.
Yeah.
So
But
great, great
and that was
episode.
it. So that
Yeah.
was it. So how you guys feeling about Blitzkrieg?
I mean, like I said before, this is 5 out of 5 for me. This is my favorite episode that didn't have a space tuna in it.
It's out there.
This is definitely the best, like, traditional Robotech episode we've watched so far.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I've been looking forward to this because like I that's one of the things I associate with Robotech is the daedalus maneuver.
Yeah.
And like I forget how early in the show that happens, but it's just really cool. It's like nothing like taking a aircraft carrier submarine thing and punching into the ship and then shooting all your guns. That's just
Right.
cool. I mean, I don't care who you are. And yeah, and the lingerie was just awful. But yeah, then like there you see like the really beginnings of there's a term in anime where basically you start off with an antagonistic thing with a woman, a man and a woman have an antagonistic relationship. Spoiler everybody, by the end of it they're romantically involved. And I can't think of the terminology right now, but this is classic
Right.
early anime versions of that. And you know, I'm here for it. This is kind of cool to see the beginnings of the old sourpuss and the kid who can't turn off his comm link.
Right.
So yeah, I'm all for that. It was, you know, honestly, man, yeah, I think this is easily a good five. This is a strong episode, dude. The visuals though of the Veritech fighters across Saturn, I like that because, and not that it's real, honestly, but it makes it feel more real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It makes it feel like I could have seen this stuff happen. Obviously not, but you know, more than just like here is some random alien world with three moons and there's no
Right.
fighting over top of it. This is Saturn, dude.
Right.
So yeah, straight up, I love that so much. So yeah, straight, I love this one, man. It was fantastic. What did you think, Ed?
Man, this episode really has it has basically everything that Robotech does, with the exception of Minmay singing. It doesn't have Minmay singing,
Right.
which normally brings an episode down for me a
So
little
it's
bit.
great.
'Cause it's like,
Yeah.
but I mean, like that scene with the fighters launching it's so good, and it's like if you were gonna make it like a Sizzler trailer about Robotech, and you just wanted to show like the high parts, I think you could almost just show that,
Mhm.
Right.
and it would just totally sell. You know, and because like this, like the fighter squadron to me is really what, you know, that's what I want out of Robotech.
Mhm.
It's not the singing, it's not the idle stuff, not the singing stuff. It's the, you know, it's that, you know, kind of Top Gun and, you know, in space kind of thing. And like that scene is just a perfect scene. It's an awesome space battle, you know, and you get the, you know, you get the comedy, you know, you get the levity of the with the comedy with like the, you know, Rick being silly in the, you know,
Mhm.
in the women's store and all that kind of stuff. And like, but and it pushes the thing forward. You get the cool, you know, and you're right. The Daedalus maneuver is one of the most iconic, like you know, things in Robotech.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, I can't really like. It's like you were saying, you know, like we had fun talking about the, you know, the tuna episode and like, you know, goofing on it and stuff like that, and it actually ended up being kind of a fun episode. But as far as just like Robotech, like that,
Mhm.
like, because like I want you to think of just one thing when you go out there and die tomorrow, and that's Robotech. That's all I want you to think of, Robotech. Like that's when I see the I think of Robotech, I think of this episode.
Right.
Um, this is not my favorite episode. We're gonna get to that one, but I think it's pretty much perfect. And, you know, there weren't any bad you know, like animation spots or anything like that. So I mean, like I mean, Kid Brain would have gone absolutely insane over this one,
Right.
because it had everything I wanted.
Mhm.
And you know, Adult Brain watching this today, you know, I was like, this is great. This is so good. Like this is like it's over already. This is so
Right.
good. So I mean, like I've got to go a unified five. Hmm. Hmm. Out of five. I can't talk this episode up enough. So yeah.
You know, and you even had a scene where Jehu, you would have been like, your grandfather, like, who's like coming in with the lingerie scene? You know,
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Odell would have tossed you out of.
Odell, like, was he
Right.
coming? Okay, the lingerie scene's fine. Even
On
had, yeah,
on the other end, if he would have walked in during the preparation montage and stuff, I would have been like, "Hey, watch this. You'll
Oh
like
yeah, yeah. He would have thought it was like the Flying Tigers with
it." Right.
John
Right.
Wayne. Like oh okay okay. But yeah, this was a good one. So
yeah,
yeah, all
cool,
right.
man.
I think we're all wow, all in agreement with a perfect score on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it
awesome.
had everything. It was like it did so much in 22 minutes. It's fantastic.
Did a lot. There was a lot.
A lot of heavy lifting there.
They
It
From
was
crammed a
also
lot.
the
embarrassment,
shortest 22 minutes of any of the
oh
episodes
yeah,
I've watched. It just
easily.
flew by.
I
Yeah.
watched this thing like 5 times because a spoiler. We kept like having a lot of we can't do this tonight. So I watched this episode a lot of times, and every time I watched it, I'm like, this is great again. It
Man,
was there's no point where I'm like, I can't believe I'm watching this trash again, which I did with the girl who loved Powerglide.
my bad, my bad. A lot of that was on me because I had like a sick dog and like
Yeah, I know.
I had a lot of things. I've had a lot of things going on in the
You're a
last few.
busy man.
I have been a very busy man in the last couple of weeks. So
Yeah, and hey, everyone, go see. Well, this is gonna come this premiere after you go. I was like, all right, well, hopefully everyone went to Betty's and watched Ed play last Friday.
Jehu
By the time this
that was
premieres,
I went.
last Saturday. Jehu came. I saw him for like
Saturday,
45
yeah,
seconds, and that was
Mm.
cool.
yeah, it was a
Um,
rad show, man.
Well,
Go
Ed's
ahead.
playing again this Friday. I don't know if
Playing this
this
Friday.
episode will be out before that, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I don't think it'll be out. So, but
no,
yeah, but yeah, so yeah, like yeah, big news. I joined a sludge metal band in the last couple of weeks, and we played last week, and we're playing again this week. If you want to go on Instagram and look up Cursed Body, you can see some
that
silly pictures.
sounds like a great
by the
sludge
way,
metal band name.
the lineup for your 7 band show just killed me because it was a very one of these things is not like the other lineup. You know, all the names are like you know, zombie apocalypse and Satan's anus. And you got down to the very last one and it was like cookies and cake.
Okay, so let me explain this show. So you are correct. You are correct. This Friday we're playing again at Betty's on Belmont in Pensacola. But the show we're playing is a benefit for an organization called Strive, who are a trans rights organization. But it's a lot of random bands. But so let me see if I can find the lineup real quick because you're correct. It is kind of a fun.
I'll go ahead and cop then that Satan's anus is not a real band.
It's not a real band.
It
I mean,
really
I'm
could be
sure,
though.
I'm sure it's a real band somewhere, but it's not.
Yeah.
Saint Starfish is what they call themselves.
So it's Radio Decay, who I don't know.
Mhm.
Anemone, but not like sea anemone. This is like another thing. I don't know what that means. I don't know who these people are. I don't know. We'll see. Lesion, as in a wound.
Right.
I don't know who they are either, but I think they're heavy. I'm not sure. Other, who are actually very good, but are the worst. That's the worst name for search engine optimization. Like
That's like the level bad.
right. Yeah, it's like you can't like the band. Like,
Yes, exactly.
Pauper's Grave, who are friends of mine and who are very good crusty punk rock.
Cool name.
Cursed Body, my band, and Cookies and Cake. You weren't even exaggerating. Cookies and Cake.
Wow. I thought you were
Cookies
just
and
full
cake
of Jehu.
I would never
but
kid about cookies and cake.
That's
And
amazing.
in case there's an off chance those guys ever listen to this, I'm not making fun of that. I think that's a great name.
Well,
A
Cookies and
sludge-
Cake are a two-piece woman rap group who rap to a boombox and play kazoos.
Even
amazing.
better.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's fantastic. No notes.
Yeah, one of them was my wife's roommate in college.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, but they're very fun. They're very funny, and but I mean, they literally like bring a boombox on stage and rap to this, and so yeah, they're and I think one of them works the door at Betty's also.
Right.
So yeah, but it should be a fun time. So and a good cause. So yeah.
All right, everyone go out there, retroactively support Betty's and get out there for that night.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll do something like that again. So yeah, keep sign up for newsletters from Betty's and follow, just support your trans group.
Yeah,
your
just they're on Instagram, but also, but Jehu was joking with me the other day. He's like, "Man, Ed, I think you've played more shows this year than I have."
That's 100% true.
But which is funny because I've only been in this band for a week and a half or 2 weeks. So, like, yeah.
Zach was asking me, what did his band look like? And man, this is a deep cut, but it was like, I was like, man, it was kind of like watching Catwalk. Like nobody in this band looked like they were supposed to be in a band together,
What is
but it
Catwalk?
worked together.
What is Catwalk?
Okay, Catwalk, it was like proto The Heights. Do you remember The Heights?
No.
Okay, they were both 90s TV shows about being in a band. So
Okay.
it didn't look like any band ever because it looked
Oh,
like
okay.
5 different guys from 5 different bands. Which I
Okay.
guess in real life, that'd be Faith No More.
Yeah,
That's
actually, that's
that's a
straight
good
on.
that,
So
that's a
you
good
guys kind of looked like Faith No More. You all looked like you could be in different bands.
well, what's funny about that is that two of the people in our band are actually brothers. So
All right.
yeah, so it's
Someone asked me, like, someone put on these questions out there on social media, like, what's your first CD? And I said, Angel Dust, Faith No More's Angel Dust. Oh, I love that one still. It's still a banger. And
Angel Dust is a perfect classic of a record.
And Ed has still never listened to it.
never heard it.
Really?
He's never heard it.
I've never listened to a Faith No More album in my entire life.
Angel
Okay,
Dust is my favorite.
That one's not your favorite though. Your favorite is Introduce Yourself. You really should.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thrashy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Thrashy California Punk.
I'll check it out eventually. It's just
it really does sound like 5 different guys playing in 5 different bands at the same time.
100% that. It is really discombobulated, but it works.
Yeah.
I will say though, Angel Dust is still one of my favorite albums and the first CD I ever owned, and I still listen to it.
I hear it's good. I've just never gotten around to listening to it.
It'll never be good enough because it's like Ghostbusters. When you get around listening to it, you'll be like, yeah, that was pretty cool. Like,
well, also they occupy this like level with Van Halen and Nirvana, which is, even though they were an absolutely great band, all the bands they inspired were terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to look at them in reverse, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
God.
Okay.
Yeah. Little quick thing. One of my old bosses I used to work for, he's trying so hard to be cool, I guess. Do you remember when Alice in Chains after Lane Staley died, they had another album that had like the three-legged dog on it?
Yeah.
He's like, man, I was listening to new Alice in Chains and like, oh yeah, this new singer. He's like, oh no, actually this is the original album. This is before they had the guy saying last, like, dude, no. He's like, but you just understand. I'm like, okay, that's cool, man. Whatever. It's not facelift, but whatever. That's cool. I'm glad you're happy. Anyway,
I just need the world to know that there's no better singer on earth than me alone in a car when the rooster comes on.
Oh God, yes.
But now it's a Mission Gay Frog situation. I can't do it in front of people. It's only when I'm alone in the car. No ho ho, he ain't gonna die.
Wow. My mom messaged me today, and
yeah, I got you.
And asked me if she was like, what did she ask me? Like Lane Staley or the dude from Stone Temple Pilots? And I have never been more repulsed by a question in my entire life. I was like, I hate both of those bands. Like, I cannot stand either one of those bands. Like, I saw Alice in Chains live with Lane Staley, and it was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
Where did you see him at?
This is the last episode of this podcast.
Lollapalooza in '93.
I'm sure he was.
Oh shit, Ed! We were at the same Lollapalooza.
Yeah, it was when they had the girl from one of the women from Heart was with them, and it was the worst harmonization I've ever heard. Like literally, it was the worst harmonization I've ever heard. It might as well be my dog. Like I
must have just marking out too much because I loved it.
I went to sleep. I leaned on a rib booth and went to sleep.
I kind of figured he was probably pretty gacked out being there. I would have thought, like it's one of those bands. You don't always go to the live show to hear a better version of the things you heard from the studio album. I don't know. Like there's few bands that actually do that better. Fleet Foxes is one of the only ones I know of who were better in live than on their album. Most bands are like, it's kind of cool seeing them like singing their songs badly live. That's kind of always figure it. No, that's me.
Because I mean, I had also that day I saw Sebado. I saw Thurston Moore. Just play solo.
Dude, if you watch Sebado, then we were like basically standing by each other.
We probably were. I saw Dinosaur Jr. I saw Fishbone. I saw Rage Against the Machine before anybody had heard that album.
Right.
I saw Tool, who were also one of the worst live bands I'd ever seen. And Primus was playing after Primus. Primus, like I'll probably never in my life listen to a Primus record again in my life, but Primus live is so much fun.
I'm sure.
I've I've had a late in life resurgence with Primus. I kind of love Primus again.
You listen to the whole album though, or just listen to songs?
I listen to my favorites. Come
Yeah.
on now. I'm listening to my Primus playlist.
You can listen to Frizzle Fry. You can listen to Toys Go Winding Down.
The thing is, when you listen to their whole record, they get kind of tooly in spots. I like funny Primus.
Yeah, you gotta get all that dicking around out of it. Yeah. All right. So that's it.
Yes.
I want to go eat dinner.
Yeah, I want to go hit the bathroom. I'm dying here. So, y'all, hey, thanks for checking us out. I told Jay we were talking about this. I'm gonna start putting out some shorts because I like how that format. So we're gonna definitely have some more of those. I'm gonna take some spice in these episodes. So keep a lookout for that as well, guys. I'm gonna give you a little taste.
I really enjoyed the shorts you get. I told you this personally, but I want to tell Ed this in case he watches it. The first one I watched, he had like a Rod Serling vibe, which I was like, man, he should lean into that. But then by the last one I watched, he had switched to like a Bob Ross vibe. And I was like, man, he should lean into that.
Also good.
I call that rum. Y'all have a great week. See y'all later. Thanks for being here. Take it easy. Bye.
Later.
More Than Meets These Guys, a Transformers podcast, is performed by Evan Johns, Boo of the ExcellentUnderground.com, and Ed Strickland. Research is done by Evan Johns, Boo of the ExcellentUnderground.com, and Ed Strickland. Special thanks to Hasbro, Marvel, Skybound, and the occasional extra property, which we will name at whatever time is appropriate for that episode. And without all of you, this is really not even possible. So thanks for being here, and thanks for checking us out every week. Goodbye.